I'm Meg, and I'm not a mechanic.
I am so stuck.
But I'm taking on projects that I once doubted I was capable of.
Come on. Oh God, oh God, oh God.
And today, I'm gonna be modifying my 40-year-old lawn tractor so that I can mow my extremely overgrown property. Hopefully, the extra clearance will be enough to get the job done. Hi, I'm Meg, and in today's video, I'm gonna be attempting to mow my massively overgrown 3-acre property with a 1988 John Deere lawn tractor. Now, this video has been filmed over the past 4 weeks, and let me tell you, it has been a battle. So let me take you back to when I first rode this thing. 6 weeks ago, I bought 3 acres of overgrown, undeveloped land so that I can build my dream home and shop. But since I'm on a tight budget, I picked up a 1988 John Deere lawn tractor for $1,800 and got it out in the field with the hope of being able to clear my entire property with it. A lot of people warned me this is the wrong tool for the job. But what if it's the right tool? Give you guys a look on what it looks like inside. It's a very simple engine. Tiny little battery. I'm so stoked on this purchase. It has 812.6 hours. So we've put what, like 8 hours on it? This radiator screen, oh, I kind of did, but it just traps all the grass that goes up against the radiator. But it does get very hot. This is your RPM. You got turtle mode, which I love to be in turtle mode, but we got to get the RPMs up if we want to get cutting. So that goes all the way up like that. And then this is your brakes essentially and your direction. So you go to stop and then you go into turtle mode, and this is faster forward direction. And then you go to stop, and then to reverse, you go down. And these are lights. This is the PTO. This is the front PTO, which is what I'm using right now. That flicks up and that works the mower deck. And then this one, where I have my mosquito repellent, this is the rear PTO. And we're not using that yet, but we will eventually. This is to lift and lower the mower deck, but I want it all the way up. All right, let's get back to it. As you can probably tell, the stoke level was high for my new lawn tractor, and I was eager to make progress on our land. So any chance I got, I mowed. Mowing was slow going, for sure, and in certain areas of the property, I'd find myself getting hung up from time to time. I might be stuck. Okay, let's see what I've done here. How did I get it stuck like that? Let's see the belt. Belt's looking good. Like, it doesn't seem like I would be stuck. I only can't push this thing. It's about 1,000 pounds. For the most part, and in particular at this end of the property, a little push was all I needed to get unstuck. Yeah. Thank you. And then it was back to mowing. And I mowed and mowed and mowed until there was no light left in the sky. But I soon found that blazing trail was a surefire way of getting myself stuck again. I'm stuck. I knew it too. I knew as soon as I went through that bold path, I was gonna get stuck. Like, it's just impossible to see through that. It looks like, oh yeah, that's a nice steep trench right there. See where my foot is? I don't want to go in there. And it comes up. Yeah, right there is a bad spot. It started to become clear that a lot of the pits and trenches that I was getting stuck in were old tractor ruts from 20 odd years ago, and they were all hidden beneath all this brush. It was going to take some careful strategizing to get this job done. And not unlike my other projects, this job wasn't without its maintenance and repairs.
Oh no!
Oh no. That's not good. This is the situation I'm in here. This little tab right here has to get straightened out, but it can go back in its spot. Careful bending and minor adjustments out in the field. Making progress. There. Oopsie. Okay, I need some zap straps. All right, I got some zap straps and my rain jacket because it looks like a storm is rolling in. Try and get you all sorted out here, bud. Nothing a couple zap straps can't fix. There. You still close? Hell yeah, you'll still close. Oh, beautiful. That's not going anywhere. We're ready to keep mowing. Each week, I tackled a little bit more mowing while I could between projects and getting our driveway installed. And everything was going really well. But after a while, the novelty of getting stuck and unstuck definitely wore off. So this uneven ground, it's getting high-centered quite a bit. So, in order to not lose my cool, I'm gonna leave that there for a second. And I'm gonna go for a walk in the jungle and see if I can try and find a better path to take this steer on. I started to doubt if I was ever gonna get this property fully cleared. Is that a hole or is that just bushes? I don't know. Whoa, that's a hole. Definitely want to be careful where you're stepping. Oh, look at this jungle. All right, I am back and I am ready to get in the field. I have a massive section of overgrown brush to take care of today. Let's get into it.
I am so stuck.
I got about 10 feet done, but I think I found the problem of why it got stuck. And I think this has been the problem all along. This hitch is completely hung up. You can see down there, it's buried here. Can't go backwards because this is a hill here. Just buried. So I do need that hitch for when I'm tilling because that is the attachment point for the tiller. But for the time being, that hitch has no purpose for me. So I'm gonna get this deer unstuck and then I'm gonna take the hitch off. And I actually have another mod I'm gonna do to the deer that I think is gonna make a massive difference to how it performs out here in this uneven terrain. I'm gonna pull the International up and I've got some marine grade tugboat rope that I'm gonna hook up to the bucket of the International and to the hitch of the deer, and I'm gonna try and pull this out. Now, this rope is massively overkill for this job, but it's what I have and I think it's gonna work great. So let's hop in the backhoe. Well, that fired up beautifully. So bring this up, pull this up, and fuck it up. A little wide. right, so here's my marine grade tugboat rope. And then I'm just gonna swing it that way. Don't lift it up even higher. I think I'm gonna reposition myself first. Like that. Oh, stay still. The no brakes thing is hard. Turn that off. Okay, rope attached. Maybe I gotta use the tug technique. There we go. Okay, tug, tug. There, come on, dear. Is it actually fully unstuck? Take you off for now. I'm gonna try and spin it around and I'll drive it back up onto this gravel that I've now made a mess of. And then we'll try and take the hitch off. That's kind of what I got hung up on in there. Now that the hitch is free, yeah, it's so low. Come on, buddy. We gotta go this way because I don't have a ramp yet for my Deere to get up onto the gravel. So here's my plan for the Deere. I've got my jack. I'm gonna jack it up, pull the wheels off so that I have better access to that hitch because let's be honest, that hitch is not helping my case out there. But let's address the elephant in the room. These tires. These are golf green tires and I don't have a golf course. So I had another crazy idea. I got myself some ATV tires. Now you're probably thinking, why didn't I just get Lawn Mower tires that had more knobs? Well, I would have, but they were $500 each. These were $120 each. So naturally, going for the cheaper option. These are actually 2 inches bigger. They're much knobbier. So I figured I'd just swap the tires myself and see how these perform. But only a field test will truly tell if this is gonna make a difference. So here are the 2 different tires. Look at the difference in those knobs. Okay, let's just try jacking it up. I'm not gonna get underneath it. Just see how it does getting up in the air. I can't really put it any further to the right because there's a drain plug under there. There is the drain plug. So I've got this 2x3 in there. Keep it away from that because the base of my jack is a little too big. Having a hard time temperature managing today, so now we're trying shorts. Now I just need to remove these lug nuts. I'm gonna try a 15. Nope. 16. Nope. 5/8. Okay, so I went and looked it up. This old girl is always gonna be imperial. So we're using a 5/8 to take off the lugs. So you probably have noticed I have some funny names for my tools, like the Buzzy tool, which is one of my favorite tools. This one I call Doug's because it Doug's. 5. There we go. Okay, first wheel off. Come on. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Okay, it tipped way more than I thought. How did you tip so much? Is it just the weight because it's kind of off balance? Put that under there just for safekeeping. Whoa, these are Oh my God. This wheel, I'm not joking, that probably weighs like 80 pounds. Oh my, no, that's probably over 100 pounds. It's full of water. Well, that is bizarre. So I just went and looked it up. It turns out it's very common for tractors to have fluid-filled rear tires for added weight. I had no idea. It's either water or some sort of liquid that they would have added from the factory, I guess, because these are the original tires. So the last time I used the valve core tool was when I was refinishing my rims, and I'd never used this before, and I nearly shot my eye out with the valve core. So this time I'm gonna do it properly and release some of the air pressure first before I just go and take out the valve core. So these tires are 23 by 10.5 by 12. The other ones are 25 by 10 by 12. Come on out of there, little valve core. I broke it. Oops. That's unfortunate. All right, this is take 5 of me trying to explain what I'm doing here because my cameras keep overheating. I'm gonna drain this fluid-filled tire into the bucket and then into that bucket, and then we'll get this tire off. I broke the valve core off inside the valve stem, so I'm gonna try and use this stick to open up the valve core and drain that fluid out. Fluid draining? Oh, it is, amazing. Okay, so I've got a stick crammed up into the broken valve core there to try and drain the fluid, and it looks like it's working. Maybe it's water and calcium. That seems to be something commonly used. Need to make some sort of a propped system here. Stick. Valve is right there. Okay, that's draining. I'm sure this video will show, just as last video did, it is another heat wave. So this has been very challenging for me to do these bigger projects in, but more so for my cameras because they keep overheating and dying. So I do apologize for the late uploads the last couple weeks. However, these projects can be a little trickier in very hot weather, but thank you for understanding if they are a little bit late. There, that's what I needed. Ooh, kind of sounded like a tube. Just fell in there. That changes things a bit. So all the research I had done on these tires, they all said they were tubeless, and none of them said they were filled with fluid, but here we are, and we definitely have fluid. Okay, that's gonna work a lot better to drain it, so let me set this up. There we go. That's easier. I'm gonna try and take this hitch off. So, it looks like there's one there, and then these two here that have to come off. That's a big bolt. Number 3. Okay, well, this side of the hitch is off. This is done draining. Oh, that's much lighter now. Dump this in here. Go like this. Like that to hold it for me. I want to try and see if this clamp is going to be enough to break this bead. It's not deep enough. I need like one of those, what are they called? F clamps or something? And maybe if I turn it this way. Oh, it's still draining fluid. Yeah. And then, what if I just kind of whack it a little bit? Oh, that was so dumb. So maybe 4x4 it is. So if you've watched my wheel refinishing video on my Jetta, you'll know what I'm up to. Oh, and there it is. Yes, it did. That's how you break a bead. Same on the other side. Come on. Maybe I need to go up a little higher. Ooh, hopefully that was a good noise, not a bad noise. Good noise? Oh, nice, it broke. Okay, that's the only time you actually want something to break, and it's a good thing. One bead broken. Now this bead is broken. Should have just done that initially before I beat the crap out of the back of the rim here. Maybe I can straighten that out. But let's try and get some tire spoons on this and get this tire off. So these are actually motorcycle tire spoons, but they worked really well for when I did my car. So I'm gonna try them with the tractor. Get them in the right placement. That's the ticket here. There you go. One, and then try and get another one in there. There we go, there's two. Take it off a little bit at a time. There we go, now it's getting easier. Yeah, okay, we're getting somewhere. There, one side done. Let's flip it over. Oh, what do you know? There's a tube. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Just gotta try and get this out now. So you wanna get it back behind there. Force that out. Holy moly. No. Maybe I can take the tube out. That is a big tube. Holy moly. And it is still filled with whatever liquid this is. Small bites. Oh, come on. Right. There. Right. And then come out. There. Tried to do it with the end of the tire spoon. It went a lot easier. It's better not to fight against it. Now I'm going to try and get this ATV tire on. I did dent this pretty badly, so I'm going to try and straighten that out. And this valve stem hole is very rusted. And I was also not aware that there was a tube in here. So I don't have another tube. I only bought new valve cores and valve stems. So I'm gonna try this as a tubeless setup and see if it'll hold air, but I'm not entirely confident in it. Here's my dent here. Let's see, I really whacked it there. Just don't want to hit that inner rim. That'll be really bad. There, that actually did quite a bit. So I need to tap it down this way to fold that little edge over there. Whoops. That is much better. All right, let's get this valve stem in and get this tire on. So I'm gonna soak this valve stem in some Armor All, because I think these can be a little bit tricky to get them in. Let's try. Oh, that was actually super easy. Now let's hope that seals. Tire time. Cut this off. Okay, so these are directional. I need to make sure I'm putting it on in the right direction. So this way is forward, so that the arrows are pointing forward. My valve stem needs to be on the outside, so it needs to go in like that way. This will put face down, and this will also put face down. Valve stem down. Push that in there. That's kind of how I got it out, was it was half in. It doesn't go, you gotta do a smaller bite. There, okay, that worked. This, and then fish it over. Oh, and that loosened up this one. And we do the same thing, spoon down. That one goes over. Put the spoon down and over. Get my foot over there so I don't trap it. Oh, there it is. Okay, one side in. Try the other side. Get that nice and soapy. Down. This goes back. This one comes out. I cannot believe it. My camera died, I think mid-installation of this tire, but it's on and it actually went pretty well. It wasn't as hard as I thought. So now I'm going to see if it holds air. Let's take the valve core out. That way I'll be able to force a lot more air into these tires faster and it will allow it to seat the bead. There we go. Got my valve core there. That'll help it pop on. Pop that on there. My problem here is that I've got some air escape holes here, so I've got to try and get this edge of the tire up higher. We're going to cinch this down around the middle and then try and blow it up with air. This was actually a trick I found on YouTube. It helps cinch down the crown of the tire so that the bead can pop out more easily. Pop it on there. No. Tighten this down. Compressor's charged. Oh! Yes! Oh god, right. Okay, valve core. Has to go in the right way. Nice and chill. This tool. Okay, well, we are getting some leaking around the valve. That is not what you want. Well, I'm gonna leave it there for tonight, and I'm gonna need to go into town tomorrow and grab a tube for both of these rear tires. But I've learned a lot with mounting and unmounting and how to set the beads. So hopefully tomorrow will go a little bit more smoothly. Good morning and welcome back to another day of tractor wrenching. So I went to the store this morning and got a tire tube for the ATV tires. So I'm gonna unmount the tire that I mounted up last night, pop the tube in, and then get it remounted. And that's how you unmount a tire with a Jetta. Honestly, easiest way. There we go. My mistake yesterday was trying to go too deep with the spoons. So I'm gonna try better technique this time. Minutes. All right. Better than 26 minutes yesterday. Clean this rim up a bit because I'm going to have to remove the valve stem and tape around it. You can see there's a bit of duct tape here left over from the last person who did it. So I'm just going to redo that and then we'll pop a tube in. These valve stems are only a couple bucks. So it's unfortunate that I wasted one, but that's what happens when you're learning. Gross old tape. Clean this off a bit. Oh yeah, you can see way better now why it wasn't holding air. That's where the valve stem was, right there, and there was tape covering it. But you can see there's a massive rusty slit there. So there was no way that was gonna hold air. Probably should have taken that duct tape off to begin with so that I could see that for myself, but hey, here we are. Some Gorilla Tape here, and I'm just gonna basically replace where they had duct tape. Get that all stuck down in there. There we go. So here's my tube. It's a 23 8.5 12. It's a little bit smaller than what this calls for, but apparently it's better than being too big and having a bunch of bunches. So this is my first time putting in an inner tube into a wheel. Hopefully I don't pinch it, but I did buy an extra one, so I have 3 tubes just in case. So here's the valve stem there, so we'll take this off. This. Shimmy it around and then just pop it through the tape, I think. There. Like that. Like so. There we go. We've got the tube around the outside. Tire is going in the right direction. So, forward, valve on the outside. This goes in like this. We're gonna try it. If it looks too sketchy, then we'll figure something else out. There we go. Okay, there. Now we're gonna gently try and get the tube in there. stuff it around there. There we go. Okay, it's in. We didn't lose the valve. That's nice. I have a suspicion you're gonna want to come out. No, that's gonna slip. I just know it. I'm gonna try a hose clamp. There. Hose clamp. We'll see how that works for me. Hose clamps have not been my friend in the past. Maybe I do the other side first in case that tube does fall out. Gently set this down. This. Just take it real mellow. No rushing. That's how you get yourself in trouble. I'm just gonna walk it along. Ah! Stay there. Oh my God. There. Don't fall in. There. There. And you go on. Okay. And the valve stayed. Perfect. Oh, it's filling all right. Oh no, don't fall in. Ah, shit. The thing is falling in. No! The tube fell in! Valve fell in. The good thing is the tube looks like it's holding air. Now I gotta get this friggin' valve back out. So I have to take this whole bloody thing off. Where are you? Here's my valve, back through the hole. Clamp it. Clamp it like that. Get it back on again. Everyone's happy. Yes! Okay. Okay, this time I might be able to grab it. Shove it back in. How do you do this? Just hold it. Okay. Come on, we're buddies, we're friends, we're homies. You'll stay. That looks really blown up and it's not really sitting well on the bead. Okay, I'm gonna lay it down flat. It's very round right now. I'm gonna go grab a rubber mallet and I'm gonna see if I can pop this into place. It really bounces. Oh God. Well, that didn't work. So I'm gonna actually remount the tire to the tractor, and when I lower it down, I'm hoping it's just gonna pop into place, or when I drive it, it's just gonna seat itself. Now I am gonna let a little bit of pressure out of the tires because I don't want it at max PSI. So I'm gonna go back down to 10. I think I could have used a little bit more of my Armor All spray on the rim itself. Maybe it's just getting hung up on that one side. There we go, 10. One thought I just had is, why don't I just try with a ratchet strap around the crown? With the tightest point around this side where it's not seated properly. Now, it's not working. I'm just gonna mount it up. At least it's a lot lighter this time. There we go. And we're good. Oh my God, these are insanely heavy. Some air out of this first. Little valve core. I think this valve core is broken too. That's why it's not coming out. Yeah, we're just going to rip that right out. There. And then we don't.
Now, while that's draining, let's get the rest of the hitch off.
Slowly. Okay, that worked. Oh, I didn't get it high enough. No, but I might be able to with the breaker bar. That wasn't too bad. There it is. Oh, it's because it's lowering on the other side. Well, you're off already. Okay. I'm gonna make sure we don't lose any of these pieces. Wait a second. Hitch is coming off. There's one. There. Two out of there. There we go. Well, this is pretty much finished draining, so I'm gonna dump the bucket into the bucket and then we'll de-bead the tire using the Jetta. Cover that up. I forgot again. Maybe that will help. There it is. I always forget the soap. Okay. So I'm gonna do this over here because I've already spilt whatever liquid this is right there. Let's do this. There we go. Get this tube out. I'm going to cut it. You're just getting cut up. 'Cause I don't need you. You're free. You're free. Come on. There we go. Not getting off of this until this is done. Ah. Alright, so before my camera dies again, I'm going to clean this rim and then we're going to tape up the hole, put the tube in, grease it up, and get it back in a new tire. Put this down. There we go. Okay, that's in. get this nice and load it up. Now, we're gonna blow it up with air. I'm losing my valve. Shove this behind to the tube, pull the valve out. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea, but I'm gonna lose the valve and I'm gonna lose my shit. Come on, come on. That sounded good. Okay, well that's 32 PSI. I'm not going beyond that. Let's see if you'll go on with the tap. See there? Not really seated like the rest of it is. I will whack-a-mole. Get out of here. Well, you know what? That is seated enough. Let's let some air out. There we go, 10. All right, let's get this mounted up. Bolting it on. Holy. Back on the valve stem. The level of clearance there, wow. That is a massive difference. Just to put it in perspective, so my clearance before, if we go to the bottom of the hitch, it's not exactly in place right now, but that's 6 inches. So call it 7 inches at best. Now, 9.5. That's a significant improvement. Fire up, maiden voyage. The bead hasn't seeded yet, but it seems to be doing really well. So I'm gonna keep mowing. Hectic. Well, today was a very exciting day, but it is very dark and I'm not gonna be able to see with my glasses on anymore. So I'm gonna leave it there for today. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna get up bright and early and do some more mowing. Good night. Good morning. We're gonna get back to mowing. Let's get into it. So for this area, seeing as that there are a ton of pits and trenches, I'm gonna be selective with my approach to how I mow this. And we'll see. I've got the International on standby if need be. Stuck. Stuck in a rut, quite literally. Yeah. She's a stuck duck. Time to pull in the reinforcements. Put the rope through the axle. Get myself out of here. Major sad face. I gotta go put a sun shirt on. It's too hot. So I don't know how this big trench happened, to be honest, because I didn't spin my wheels to make like a 2-foot pit. So I'm gonna put the International over there. Try and back it up that way. The key is to not get both stuck at the same time. Not quite far enough forward, eh? Oh God, I don't like that. Don't like how tippy this thing is. Perfect. Okay, let's hope this will work. I'm gonna lift the bucket high in the air so that I can try and lift the back end up so I'm not dragging the axle through all the the weeds here. Don't spin the tires. Don't spin the tires. I just lift you straight up. There we go. Come here, buddy. Get on out of there. What a production. Well, that was quite the adventure you went on there, little bud. God. Let's get the International out of this spot. Yeah, it's a pickle, isn't it? Let's hope I can get this out. No, no, no. We're not doing that. Not today. So I'm going to try something a little different with the International. I'm going to put the boom arm out and into the dirt to try and pull myself out. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to go get some rocks and fill in these trenches. How big this hole is. Under there. Gonna need a lot of rocks. How many rocks are enough rocks? I'm using a combination of big rocks and little rocks to try and anchor in the space here. You know, now that I'm filling these trenches, I'm starting to think of better ideas that I could have done. Like I could have used the truck, back the truck up, use a longer rope, use more straps. I knew this area was risky, and I said it, didn't I? I don't want to get both machines stuck. I'm gonna drop the rear wheels down, and then I'm going to put the front bucket down and get the front wheels out and put rocks under that. Okay, well my camera overheated as I was doing this, but I've lowered down the rear tires with the rear wheels, and I've raised the front ones out of their giant trench. Just a little side quest. Okay, I'm gonna drop the front bucket down and then lift the back wheels again, get more rocks underneath. More rocks. Oh yeah, we have way better access to under there now. There we go. Now we're out of the rocks again. I've got more room for more rocks. Bucket's gonna come up. First gear. Yes. Okay. Don't spin, don't spin, don't spin. Slow with this one. Backwards. bucket was holding me up there. Whoops. Okay, let's see if I'm unstuck. Yes! Okay, let's turn around. Yes! Let's get out of here, International. Yes! Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get back out in the field and try and do some mowing. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh no. No, no, no. Just noticed my deck is not attached on this side, and so that may have been why I've been getting stuck. That is where it has come undone. So I've got a bolt and 2 nuts, because I don't have a nylock nut. I'm going to try and make this work. Yeah, that is better. Okay. Put this behind through the hole, and got 1 nut. Get that close to the bar, but not too snug. And I'm going to tighten the 2 nuts to one another. There we go.
After getting the mower deck fixed up, I decided to go mow a flatter area of the property and get a large section of mowing done. And man, was it nice to clear this area. Even though I noticed a significant improvement with the extra clearance, realistically, the Deere would have been performing even better had I noticed that mower deck earlier. But hey, it's all part of the learning process, and the more you know, the better you can do in the future. stuck. Well, although I'm stuck again and I didn't quite get the whole 3 acres mowed, I'm calling that a win. Those ATV tires and the extra ground clearance made a massive difference. And I know with a few extra days out here, I'll be able to get the job done. But I gotta get this video up. Is it the best tool for the job? No. But it is what I can afford. And I gotta say, that JD322 is a beast. So I'm gonna leave it there for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for 20,000 subscribers. I'm honestly blown away, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. So thank you again. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week for another project.